So whether you like it or not, the Beats Fit Pro are the successors to the Powerbeats Pro. Now, overall, the Beats Fit Pro are a great pair of workout earbuds, but they fit very differently from the Powerbeats Pro. And that could be a very big deal to some people, because the ear hooks on the Powerbeats Pro can be a real selling point. Nonetheless, if you already have the Powerbeats Pro, let's see if it's worth upgrading to the Beats Fit Pro. Now, regarding pricing, the Beats Fit Pro have a retail price of $200. Not bad if you ask me. Whereas the Powerbeats Pro have a retail price of $250. But you can now find them on sale for $200 while supplies last, because once they're gone, they're gone. Nonetheless, if you want to pick the Beats Fit Pro up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to see how the Beats Fit Pro stack up to the AirPods Pro, AirPods 3, or Beats Studio Buds, you can watch their full review, which I will leave a link down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch shelf down below. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And if you've been watching me for a while, you know I can be very particular. So I'll only set my name on something that I'm really proud of. Now, first, we have to talk about these cases. The Powerbeats Pro have a huge case, and that's because this case has to accommodate their built-in ear hooks. This case has a huge footprint, and it's super thick as well. Now, for a pair of workout earbuds that you'll mainly be using at the gym, I don't think that case size is super important. But you're definitely not going to be able to use these earbuds as a pair of daily driver earbuds. Whereas with the Beats Fit Pro, you could use them as a pair of daily driver earbuds if you really wanted to. This case has a significantly smaller footprint and is significantly thinner as well, so you're gonna have a much easier time throwing it into your pocket. Now, this case is still larger than your AirPod Pro's case, AirPod 3's case, or entry-level AirPods case, but it is doable. So thanks to the Beats Fit Pro's new case, you can use these earbuds at the gym, but you can also use them outside of the gym fairly easily. Whereas with the Powerbeats Pro, I say these are strictly meant for the gym because this case is huge. Now, when it comes to battery life, both of these earbuds have an advertised combined battery life of 24 hours, which is pretty standard for a pair of Apple earbuds. With the Powerbeats Pro, the earbuds themselves can go for 9 straight hours and the case can supply a full charge and a half. And the earbuds themselves having a 9-hour battery life could be a very big deal for, let's say, a marathon runner. Whereas with the Beats Fit Pro, they also have an advertised combined battery life of 24 hours, and that's with their active noise cancellation turned on. The earbuds themselves can go for 6 straight hours and the case can supply 3 charges. And with the active noise cancellation turned off, these earbuds have an advertised combined battery life of 28 hours. The earbuds themselves can go for 7 straight hours, which is good, but it is slightly less stamina than the Powerbeats Pro, which could be a big deal for a very small group of people. However, when it comes to charging these earbuds, unlike the Powerbeats Pro, which charge via a Lightning port, the Beats Fit Pro charge via a USB-C port, which just isn't going to be as convenient for iPhone users because you're not going to be able to charge your phone and earbuds with the same cable. However, if you're an Android user, then USB-C charging on the Beats Fit Pro is great. But unfortunately, the Beats Fit Pro don't have wireless charging, and admittedly, this is a rather standard feature on earbuds once we get to this price range, and you would think that the Beats Fit Pro would have wireless charging because this case is pretty big. And if these earbuds had wireless charging, it would have made life a little easier for iPhone users. So what I'm trying to get at here is that charging the Beats Fit Pro isn't going to be as convenient as charging the Powerbeats Pro if you're an iPhone user. But now let's talk about fit, because these earbuds fit very differently from one another. Now, the most obvious fit difference here between these two earbuds is that the Powerbeats Pro have ear hooks, whereas the Beats Fit Pro have wingtips. Now, overall, both of these earbuds offer great lockdown and they're both great options for working out or running. However, the ear hooks on the Powerbeats Pro are more secure than the wingtips on the Beats Fit Pro. Now, there are plenty of other workout earbuds out there that have wingtips, but the wingtips on the Beats Fit Pro are a little different. Instead of most other wingtips, which make a lot of contact with the bowl of your ear, the tip of the wingtips on the Beats Fit Pro really like to attach themselves to a very specific ridge to your ear, almost latching themselves to your ears. Personally, I don't mind it and it does work, but keep in mind that you can't customize these wingtips like you can with a lot lot of other earbuds that have wingtips. These are one size fits all, and I have a feeling that if you have really small ears, then these might be too big for you. So overall, the wingtips on the Beats Fit Pro definitely work, but they aren't as secure as the ear hooks found on the Powerbeats Pro, they aren't as adjustable, and they aren't as universal. However, the ear hooks and ear fins on these earbuds aren't the only fit difference here. Even though both of these earbuds are in-ear earbuds, they fit in your ear canals a little differently as well. The Powerbeats Pro fit like a standard pair of in-ear earbuds, as in they go into your ear canals a decent amount, like let's say either the Galaxy Buds 2, Jabra Elite 7 Pros, or Sennheiser CX Plus. So the Powerbeats Pro do feel rather intrusive, but their fit also helps with lockdown. But then there are the Beats Fit Pro, which are a pair of shallow-fitting in-ear earbuds like both the Beats Studio Buds and AirPods Pro. So the Beats Fit Pro are a little more comfortable to wear than the Powerbeats, but they're just not as secure. Overall, the Beats Fit Pro make for a great pair of workout earbuds, and you can go running with them and not have to worry about them falling out like either the Beats Studio Buds or AirPods Pro. However, the Powerbeats Pro do offer a more secure fit, but they also have a bulkier design to them and they have a much larger case. But now let's talk about connectivity. With all of Apple's earbuds, each earbud establishes a connection with your phone. So if you just want to use one earbud at a time, you can use either one, it doesn't matter. And this is the connection setup that we expect to see from our earbuds nowadays, and this is something that Apple has gotten right from day one. Now, both of these earbuds are using Apple's H1 chip, which means two things. With both of these earbuds, you can easily hot swap between all of your Apple devices associated to your iCloud account. So if you've got, let's say, an iPhone, an iMac, and an iPad, then this is super convenient. But the H1 chip also allows for always listening Siri, which can come in handy if you've got your hands full or if you want to ask Siri to do something while you're in the middle of a run. Now, the H1 chip also allows for audio sharing on both of these earbuds, which could be a very useful feature if you want to listen to music with friends, and the H1 chip also allows for spatial audio on the Beats Fit Pro, whereas the Powerbeats Pro don't have spatial audio. Now, personally, I don't really use spatial audio, but with the Beats Fit Pro, spatial audio is there if you want it, and this is a feature that's also found on the AirPods Pro, AirPods 3, and AirPod Max. But when it comes to overall performance, just as you'd expect, these earbuds have zero latency across the board when watching movies or videos on your phone, whether you're using an iPhone or an Android device. And when it comes to audio codecs, you've got your standard Apple stack of SBC and AAC. But now let's talk about listening to music with these earbuds. The Powerbeats Pro have your typical bass-heavy sound signature that you would expect from a pair of Beats headphones a few years ago. Overall, the Powerbeats Pro sound fine, but their bass can overpower the vocals from time to time, and they can sound rather narrow. But for a pair of workout earbuds, these earbuds more than get the job done. But then there are the Beats Fit Pro, and these earbuds sound identical to the Beats Studio Buds, and that's a really good thing. These newer Beats sound much more open with better instrument separation, and these earbuds still have a ton of resonating bass, just like you'd expect from a pair of Beats earbuds, but it is much cleaner and tighter than the bass found on the Powerbeats Pro. And unlike the Powerbeats Pro, the vocals on the Beats Fit Pro don't get overpowered because the vocals on the Beats Fit Pro are fairly prominent as well. So overall, the Beats Fit Pro have a much more dynamic sound signature to them, which offers strong vocals and very punchy bass that comes in hard when it has to. And like I mentioned in the full review, I really do enjoy listening to music with both the Beats Studio Buds and Fit Pro, which is something that I just can't say about the AirPods Pro, because these earbuds have a much brighter sound signature to them, and their bass is basically non-existent. Now, when it comes to controlling your media, this could actually be considered a downgrade for some people, because I think it is. With the Beats Fit Pro, you've got these physical buttons on either side, and you can tap if you want to skip through your music or cycle between your A and C settings. But if you want to adjust your volume, you either got to take your phone out or ask Siri to do it. Whereas with the Powerbeats Pro, you can also cycle between your music by pressing the Beats logo, but the really cool thing about the Powerbeats Pro is that they have built-in volume rockers on each earbud. So you can very easily and very accurately adjust the volume of your music directly from the earbuds themselves. And I truly think this is a feature that is going to be sorely missed if you plan on running or working out on a regular basis with the Beats Fit Pro. And thankfully, the Beats Fit Pro do have proximity sensors just like the Powerbeats Pro and all of Apple's earbuds. So the Beats Fit Pro will automatically play or pause your music if you take them out of your ears or put them back in. Now, I know this sounds basic, but I do want to clarify this because the Beats Studio Buds don't have proximity sensors. But now let's talk about the active noise cancellation on these earbuds. Now, unfortunately, the Powerbeats Pro don't have active noise cancellation or an ambient mode, and I really feel that the Powerbeats Pro should have had active noise cancellation and an ambient mode from the beginning. But thankfully, the Beats Fit Pro do have active noise cancellation and an ambient mode. And overall, the ANC on the Beats Fit Pro is pretty good. But just as you'd expect, the AirPods Pro still block out more noise than the Beats Fit Pro, and the Beats Fit Pro still block out more noise than the Beats Studio Buds. And this makes perfect sense. Apple isn't going to let a Beats product dethrone their AirPods Pro when it comes to active noise cancellation. Now, when it comes to overall ranking, the Sony WF-1000XM4 still block out the most amount of noise here, albeit they do have an advantage because of their itchy foam ear tips. Below them are the Jabra Elite 85Ts, which also block out a ton of noise, and personally, I do prefer them because they're more comfortable. Below them are the AirPods Pro and Sennheiser Momentum 2s, which I feel are neck and neck. Below them are the Beats Fit Pro, and below them are the Galaxy Buds Pro. Now, below the Galaxy Buds Pro are the Beats Studio Buds. Below them are the Galaxy Buds 2, and below them are the Sennheiser CX Plus. So overall, the Beats Fit Pro rank pretty well, and personally, this does have me rather excited for the future AirPod Pro 2. And like I mentioned earlier, the Beats Fit Pro have an ambient mode, which I feel is more important for a pair of workout earbuds that you might use to run with while outdoors. And the ambient mode on these earbuds is pretty good. It sounds very natural with very minimal hissing in the background, and this ambient mode sounds better than the ambient mode found on the Beats Studio Buds. But when compared to the ambient mode on the AirPods Pro, the ambient mode on the AirPods Pro does sound a little more natural. Specifically, it is a little louder. There's absolutely no hissing in the background, and they do a better job of rejecting wind noise when walking outdoors. However, just like the ambient mode on the AirPods Pro, the ambient mode on the Beats Fit Pro is the active kind, meaning that they will automatically turn off their ambient mode if there's a sudden spike in loud noise. And I think this is great, especially for the Beats Fit Pro, because let's say you're running outdoors and a siren rolls by, they're going to automatically turn off their ambient mode and just save your ears from getting blasted. Whereas with the Beats Studio Buds and a lot of other earbuds out there that have an ambient mode, they just let in everything. But finally, here's the microphone test. And overall, I'd say that both of these earbuds have decent sounding microphones on them for phone calls, and I would say that both of these earbuds are in the same wheelhouse. However, I can't help but feel that the Powerbeats Pro sound a little more natural than the Beats Fit Pro while in a quiet room. But AirPods still have better sounding microphones than Beats, especially the AirPods 3, because this microphone sounds better than the microphone found on the AirPods Pro. With the AirPods 3, not only do they have the best clarity here, they also do the best job of blocking out noise pollution. Because with both of these Beats earbuds, they let in noticeably more noise than the AirPods 3. But I can't help but feel that the Powerbeats Pro let in a little more noise than the Beats Fit Pro. Because even though the microphone on the Beats Fit Pro is definitely still usable here, they are letting in more road noise than the Powerbeats Pro. And the same thing can be said about blocking out chatter. This microphone is still usable, but the Beats Fit Pro are letting in the most amount of chatter here. Whereas the Powerbeats Pro are letting in a little less noise. And then there are the AirPods 3, which let in the least amount of chatter here. So overall, both of these Beats earbuds have decent sounding microphones for phone calls,
but Apple is still clearly showing favoritism towards their AirPods.
But with all that being said, the Beats Fit Pro definitely are an upgrade over the Powerbeats Pro. Most notably, the Beats Fit Pro now have active noise cancellation and, even more importantly, an ambient mode, which I feel are two features the Powerbeats Pro should have had from the beginning. At the very least, an ambient mode. And the Beats Fit Pro sound way better than the Powerbeats Pro. However, the Beats Fit Pro's new design does have their drawbacks. The wingtips on the Beats Fit Pro aren't as secure or as universal as the all-out ear hooks on the Powerbeats Pro, and I really think some people are really gonna miss the built-in volume rockers. But overall, the Beats Fit Pro are a solid pair of workout earbuds that you could also daily drive if you really wanted to, thanks to their much smaller case, more inconspicuous design, and they even have spatial audio, just like the AirPods Pro and AirPods 3. If you made it this far, I guess you enjoyed the video, so hit the like button and get subscribed. If you want to pick any of the products up, they'll be linked down below. And if you want to further support the channel, check out the merch. I made some shirts and hoodies that look and feel great. And, you know, I can be very particular, so I'll only slap my name on something that I'm really proud of.